Hey everyone, it's Wowous. We're here with the Hearthstone deck review, and today we're playing the 840 Dust ROS Aggro Hunter from Hearthpwn. And so, yeah, we're going to see how this deck plays. This is a budget deck, obviously, so it doesn't really have many things in terms of legendaries. It's really intended for newer players or players maybe without a lot of gold to still be able to be competitive and to play. So we're gonna take a look at this. You can see most of the deck here. Innkeeper, Hearthstone just put out kind of a notice that they're not able to update this for the newest expansion. So in all likelihood, I'm gonna end up switching to a different deck tracker in the future. But I just wanted folks to know this is missing Henchclaw Hogstein, which is right here. But other than that, I think that it's up to date. It just is missing the newest cards. So not a huge deal, but it's important that you know that's not quite the full deck list. In terms of this deck, it's intended to go face very quickly. I'm not sure how competitive it's actually going to be, even at level 20. But we'll see. We'll give it a shot here and see how it goes. Let's see. Let's see what we can pull from our tracking. I feel like a scavenging hyena will be important. I think I want to just trade this. I guess I could have traded that because it will drop a Murloc, but I think this deck is very susceptible against Mage here because there's so many, one cost or one health minions. It's going to get traded a lot with that hero power. Oh, thanks. I could use the draw. I think I'm just gonna go face here and save because I can't. I mean, I could spring pawn Houndmaster, but I still can't attack because he's a rush only. I can't unleash the hounds. I can't dire frenzy a Murloc. Um, questing adventure. Huh. I don't want to drop the scavenging hyena yet. Oh, that's pretty brutal. Alright, let's think this through. I could scavenging hyena and unleash the hounds. And I still have enough to do another, like a spring paw on top of it. I could do that with the Timberwolf. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. Drop him in between. Oh man, I think we take out this guy and let him trade maybe for the... Yeah, I guess we do it this way, and then let him decide if he wants to trade. Or he probably has like a flame strike. Well, that's just as bad. Man, I didn't expect to see Voodoo Doll, I gotta be honest. Alright, I think we Iron Beak him. Enjoy that, buddy. Now, I think unless he's gotta have like a flame strike or some sort of wave clear. Maybe not. I'm surprised. I mean, maybe he's got it in his deck somewhere and doesn't want to use it, or maybe he just doesn't have flame strike or anything like that. That's okay. This is actually good. So we do that. Now this. Now we got him down to 10 health, so, or 8 health, I should say. Now, if he doesn't have wave clear, so even if he has something to take out the Iron Beak, we can do 2 damage with this guy. Well, let's see what he does. So he's got something here, polymorph, and then okay. We're still in good shape here because we can do 2, 5, 7, and then this. Right? That's lethal. Perfect. So you see, it's really just trying to make a few quick, trades, and then you just try to go as face as much as possible. You want to focus on how do you get maybe like 1 minion up to as much attack as possible with this type of deck. Now, they're always going to have some sort of removal, and so you want to always have multiple beasts down in general with this type of hunter deck. And I think that's really important, that you don't get caught in a position where you're dropping just 1 minion each turn, which can happen early on, but as the game goes on, you need to have 2 or 3 minions down, and you need to be able to do something like Unleash the Hounds. Actually, this is a pretty good starting hand, so I think we're just going to hold on to all these. Especially against another hunter, right? He's probably going to be going face or something like that. So we'll see. The only other hunter deck that I've seen played a bit lately is the Mech Hunter. I think I did a video about it the other day. I played it a little bit. It's decent. No, I don't think I did a video about it. I think I did a video about a Warlock Hunter. Or, sorry, a Warlock mech deck. We'll start off by doing this. Ooh. Tough choices here. I think Timberwolf. Timberwolf's actually probably one of the best early cards. And I mean, the Savannah Highmane is nice, but I have another one in the deck. Really, if you're relying on the Savannah Highmane, you're probably in trouble. It really is just there to absorb some damage. Especially, I'd rather have something that's quicker against another hunter deck, knowing that he's probably going to have something pretty quick as well. So Timberwolf is actually a super effective 1-drop card, especially if you combo it with Unleash the Hounds. Come on. Alright. So I think the obvious play here is drop the Hyena, drop the Rush, go right into him, and now you got a Hyena that's a 4/3. And then we'll see if he's able to, if he has any sort of removal, which I think is, there's only a handful of cards that he could have. Maybe Kill Command. If I was him, I would use a Kill Command or Deadly Shot. That's okay though, because we can curve right into this animal companion like this. And this obviously is a great choice. If he drops a couple minions or something like that, we can Unleash the Hound. This is going to be super effective with the +1. So we'll see what he does. If he drops any sort of like more than 1 minion, that would be great, but weird. Not the Portal Keeper is not what I expected to see. But right, so we can drop. I actually think I want to drop this guy right now because he's not going to be super effective later on. And then I think we just go face. Very interesting. I mean, I'd love for him to drop down a couple of low-cost minions and unleash the Hound them, but I don't think he is. I'd be actually... Yeah, I think it's... Well, we'll see what he does, but... Starving Buzzard. The strangest thing about playing against decks sort of at this level is that you just end up playing against some bizarro decks. Okay, so we're going to drop one of these guys down. I sort of want to play both of them, but then if he has like a secret or something, I think it's better to probably just play one. Trade the Murloc. We'll do the other tracking. I just feel like he's not gonna... I don't think he's gonna drop like a ton of minions. I actually think I want the kill command. The Iron Beak, could be important too, because of silence if he drops down some big taunt, because he's playing like a very bizarre deck. It's not a hunter deck that I've ever seen played, but we'll see what he ends up playing this turn. I mean, the other option we have next turn is we could always Dire Frenzy something, depending on what he plays. Yes, drop down a few minions for me to unleash. That would be great. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Surprise! And now we're playing with power. Thanks for coming out. Turn 6 lethal. Just what we like to see. Very bizarre hunter deck that he's playing. But hey, it works, right? A win's a win. Let's give it one more shot. 2 good wins to kind of start. Obviously, you see the goal is to get this game ended as quickly as possible. You don't want to find yourself late game. And there's a lot of decks, I think, that could counter this, right? So this is not a perfect deck by any means, but it's different. It's different than a lot of what's being played on ladder right now. And at 840 dust, that's really just a great option if you're a new player to just jump in, be able to play this deck, and there's some good suggestions, both that he has and that other folks in the comments section have made. In terms of things where you may be saying, okay, if you're new and you've only got a few legendaries, or maybe you're more experienced and you're saying, what can I maybe change this deck to just make it like a little bit more powerful? I think you want to think about the creator mentioned of Leeroy Jenkins is a great trade. I think you can trade out these 2 Savannah High mains for something, right? And you want to focus on what's going to create a lot of damage as quickly as possible right off the bat. Oh man, I think we're going to do this and trade. So Leeroy is a potential. Someone mentioned Halazia the Lynx, which is the legendary that fills your hand with 1/1 lynxes that have rush. I think that's a good choice if you have that as a legendary, or if you're looking to add a legendary, although I haven't seen it used in a whole lot of other decks. There's some comments about Iron Beak is super effective. Well, hey, that's actually good for us. To have him down to 18 health right now is actually, I think, a positive. I'm going to drop this and then do that. So that's an option. He talked about... What was the other thing the creator talked about was Shimmerfly as a potential. I think that could work in this deck. Shimmerfly is the 1/1 cost that with the Death Rattle that adds a Hunter spell to your hand, which I think is fine. But there's a lot of Hunter spells that may not be super effective in an aggro deck.
Ah, this guy's toes.
SI7 agent, perfect. Alright, so I think we just try to do this. I think I'm gonna wait on. I think I'm not gonna attack with this because he doesn't have a lot of choices, right? He can trade. Well, you know, depending on what he has in his hand, he could trade this, and then he could knife this, which is good for us. Okay, so eviscerates. That makes sense. So he's gonna trade that. We're a little bit in trouble here in terms of card draw. So we'll see how this goes. But he's also down to very, very little health. So I think we do this. Right, so I think we drop both of these guys down. Trade like this. Drop him down. Trade for that. And now we're at lethal next turn. So he's going to do something or we're going to kill him next turn. And that's fine because we don't need that 2 damage actually. We get to see if he drops taunt maybe? Or has something else up his sleeve that I'm not thinking of, but really a taunt is, no, we get the lethal. He gives up and concedes. So, as you can see, all in all, a pretty effective deck for a new player. We get 3 straight wins with the deck. It's all about making the game as quick as possible, winning as quick as possible. So definitely, I appreciate you watching, and hopefully this is a helpful video, especially for newer players. If you like the content, I do a lot of Hearthstone deck reviews, so definitely consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like this specific video, I'd appreciate a like. If you have any thoughts about the deck, feel free to leave a comment. Or if there's a deck that you'd like to see reviewed from Hearthpwn or another site, leave it down there in the comments, and I'm happy to take a look at it. Thanks so much for watching.